On January 20th, 2025, President Trump reignited a fierce national debate with a single stroke of his pen. He signed an executive order aiming to end birthright citizenship. This order targets children born in the United States to non-citizen parents. It also impacts children of non-lawful permanent residents. The order, set to take effect on February 19, 2025, sparked immediate controversy and legal challenges. This executive order is not just a policy shift, it strikes at the heart of what it means to be American. Birthright citizenship, enshrined in the 14th Amendment, has been a bedrock principle of the nation since 1868. The order ignited a firestorm of opposition across the political spectrum. Critics from both sides of the aisle condemned it as unconstitutional and a blatant attempt to circumvent Congress. President Trump's move represents a significant escalation in the battle over immigration. He has consistently advocated for stricter immigration policies throughout his presidency. His actions have often been met with legal challenges. This latest move, however, is arguably his most consequential, as it seeks to alter the very definition of American citizenship. The executive order has thrust the issue of birthright citizenship into the national spotlight, dividing the country and setting the stage for a protracted legal battle. The order's constitutionality and its potential impact on families and the nation remain uncertain. What is clear is that the fight over birthright citizenship is far from over, and will have lasting repercussions for generations to come. The ink on President Trump's executive order was barely dry before a flurry of lawsuits challenged its legality. On January 21, 2025, a coalition of 22 states, including the District of Columbia and San Francisco, filed lawsuits contesting the order. These lawsuits, filed in federal courts across the country, represent a united front of opposition from a significant portion of the nation. Leading the charge were two separate lawsuits filed by groups of state attorneys general. In Massachusetts, 19 attorneys general joined forces in a lawsuit that argued the executive order violated the 14th Amendment. This lawsuit emphasized the irreparable harm the order would inflict on families and states. Simultaneously, attorneys general from Washington, Arizona, Oregon, and Illinois filed a similar lawsuit in Washington state. Adding their voices to the legal battle, various civil rights groups filed a separate lawsuit challenging the executive order. These groups, including the American Civil Liberties Union, view the order as a discriminatory attack on immigrant communities and a threat to fundamental rights. The ACLU vowed to fight the order in court, calling it cruel, unconstitutional, and driven by an agenda of hate. The swift and coordinated response from states and civil rights groups underscores the widespread condemnation of President Trump's executive order. The lawsuits highlight the deep legal and moral questions surrounding birthright citizenship. With multiple legal challenges underway, the stage is set for a high-stakes battle in the courts that could ultimately determine the fate of birthright citizenship in America. At the heart of the legal battle over President Trump's executive order lies the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. Ratified in 1868, the 14th Amendment was a direct response to the legacy of slavery and aimed to guarantee equal rights for all persons born in the United States. Its citizenship clause states unequivocally, all persons born or naturalized in the United States, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. The lawsuits challenging the executive order argue that this language is unambiguous and grants automatic citizenship to anyone born on United States soil, regardless of their parents' immigration status. They contend that the president does not have the authority to unilaterally alter the Constitution through an executive order. Changing the interpretation of the 14th Amendment, they argue, would require a constitutional amendment, a lengthy and complex process involving both Congress and the states. The historical context of the 14th Amendment further strengthens the legal arguments against the executive order. The amendment was specifically designed to overturn the Dred Scott Supreme Court decision, which had denied citizenship to African Americans. The amendment's framers intended to establish a clear and inclusive definition of citizenship, ensuring that all persons born in the United States were afforded equal rights and protections. Furthermore, the lawsuits cite a landmark Supreme Court case that solidified the principle of birthright citizenship. In the 1898 case of United States v. Wong Kim Ark, the Supreme Court affirmed that a child born in the United States to Chinese immigrant parents was a United States citizen by birth. This ruling, based on the 14th Amendment, set a precedent that has been upheld for over a century. The lawsuits argue that this precedent, combined with the amendment's clear language, leaves no room for the president to restrict birthright citizenship through executive action. President Trump's executive order, if implemented, would have far-reaching consequences, impacting not only the legal interpretation of the Constitution, but also the lives of countless families across the nation. The order would create a new class of stateless individuals, born in the United States but denied the rights and privileges of citizenship. These individuals would face significant obstacles in accessing education, healthcare, employment, and other fundamental aspects of American life.